With a yo-ho-ho, it's Tale of the Toaster. Welcome back to Let's Play Inazuma 11 Go Light. The game at this point of recording is now complete. We have taken down 5th Sector and we are moving into the post-game content of this Let's Play. Sort of. In this video, I'm not actually going to be doing any post-game content at all. Rather, I'm simply going to be clearing up one loose end from stuff you could do before beating the game. And that is on Millie's competition route. First of all, I unlocked a treasure chest along this route and never claimed the reward. So by doing all of these matches so far, I can now summon the fighting spirit Corvus. And at the end of the video, I will show you exactly how you would give fighting spirits to people who are not story-relevant spirit summoners. For now, I just want to take on these two final teams at the end of Millie's competition route. Because you can definitely do these before beating the game, and I out-level them significantly, so I dare say you should beat them before the end of the game. But I was quite keen throughout the Let's Play itself to keep my team on par in terms of levels with my opponents. So, because each story-relevant match had recommended levels for each battle, I tried to stay within that range so that I wouldn't be overpowered and therefore make the viewing experience a little dull. I wanted things to be nice and even, and so that's what I stuck to. And I realised that when I wanted my team to be at level 42 for the final boss, that meant I wasn't going to be able to finish this extra competition route until after I'd beaten the game, whereas I had planned to finish this route on screen within the main project. But as it turns out, I think that's okay now, because it gives me a nice little opportunity to introduce what the post-game of Inazuma 11 Go Light and Shadow is going to be like without actually delving into it firsthand. First of all, let's try and get past Killer Whale to take a shooting opportunity. I don't think I've got enough TP on Arian to have a go. Well, I could summon his spirit, and I will. You know, there's no point in risking it. I've got Arch Pegasus, and I might as well use it. The goalkeeper of this particular team is not a spirit summoner. Shoot! I was mashing the goal with my stylus. Oh, I couldn't have done anything else. I don't know what went wrong. I'm trying to S-rank this match, which means I need to win 5-0. Suddenly, I don't think that's happening anymore. Oh dear, but the point is, yes, you can beat this anytime you like, but I'm doing it now as an opportunity to... Well, it was supposed to be a relaxed little chat about what's left to come with the rest of the Let's Play, but I'm already getting stressed out by how much difficulty I'm having against this team. I've got 2 fighting spirits open right now, and I am basically losing this match. Can I please get past all of this? Thank you very much. Once I've got a goal, I'll start to unwind and talk about all this stuff. There we go. I could score with anything against Princeton because he does not have a fighting spirit, but we're going to do it this way anyway. Just to have a bit of relief to know that I'm actually in the lead against this team of just an assortment of players from 5th Sector associated teams. Like, it's got the famous Yale from Royal Academy, for example. Princeton himself is not an Imperial, so it's not entirely heinous villains on this team or anything. And yeah, their striker is from one of the very first teams of the game. One of the few guys on Almighty Faith who didn't want to beat us up. He just wanted to have a fair match. Anyway, who this team actually isn't important. I want to talk about my plans for the post-game. So the main thing of interest in the post-game of Inazuma 11 Go Light and Shadow is the version-exclusive teams. Inazuma 11 Go Light has a team called Eternal Light, while Shadow has a team called Ancient Darkness. You can go and take these teams on straight away if you want, but it'd be pretty much like going straight to Calamity Ganon in Breath of the Wild. It's not a good idea, because right now, at the end of the game, after beating the final boss, I am at exactly the recommended level of level 42. Ancient Darkness and Eternal Light are level 60. Just a fair amount higher than we're used to at the moment. And so if you want to stand a chance against these post-game teams, you have to do a lot of grinding. And the best way to do that is in extra competition routes, because in the post-game, various ones have opened up. In the game leading up to this point, only Millie's competition route was available, and even then you can only do the lower route, which I'm beating in this video. The top route of Millie's route, how many times can we use the word route in one sentence, can only be done after you've beaten Eternal Light or Ancient Darkness, so I can't even finish the route in this video, but I can finish as much as is possible before beating the game at the very least. So I have got about 20 levels to raise my team by, especially when you consider there's other teams that could potentially be even more threatening than Ancient Light, Ancient Darkness and Eternal Light. I dread to think. So there would be a lot of leveling up involved through competition routes, and naturally one of the videos in the post-game series of this Let's Play will be covering all of those routes and their rewards and notable teams within them. But I'm not actually going to be beating the routes on screen, rather I'm going to have completed much of them, and then I'm simply going to list off the rewards and the notable teams within them. But that's the main thing I want to introduce, because of course, as you can imagine, beating unlimited extra competition route matches takes a lot of time, especially when you want to raise your team by 20 whole levels. And that is an amount of time I don't have in my life as a full-time marketer and a robot builder and a Let's Player and editor for my YouTube channel, etc, etc. I just don't have as much time to do that kind of stuff as I would have liked, and especially because Inazuma 11 Go Light and Shadow, I've always fully admitted they are my least favourite games in terms of doing post-game content like this, because fighting spirits just dominate the way that matches work in this game, and much as I would like to just do random special moves to get me 5 goals in one match, there's just no reason not to when you have fighting spirits. I'm going to bring out Roma's fighting spirit right now, actually, and you'll see just how unchallenged he will be. There's no reason not to do fighting spirits in extra competition route matches to get your 5-0, especially if the goalkeeper has them, has one of his own, and because fighting spirits only have one move each and you're otherwise just doing these same animations, I feel it gets really stale, so I'm not a fan of the way post-game content works in Inazuma 11 Go Light, to be honest. But I still fully intend to show off Ancient Darkness and Eternal Light. Stop mixing them up, Tale. So how am I going to do that without actually raising the level of my team myself? Well, I've got a plan for that, and once I've got this 5th goal, I may need to delve into that, because it's crafty, as it were. Yes, so as long as we don't succumb any goals in this second half, we have won this 5-0, and that will be an S rank. I'm aiming to S rank this entire route, of course, and collect the reward for doing so. Shouldn't be too much of a problem given the levels of these guys and the fact that I've already S ranked everyone along this path so far. So, it's time to explain the plan. What am I going to do for the rest of the post-game, which will include those 2 version-exclusive teams, some other version-exclusive teams as well, which we'll see later on, and eventually the conclusion to it all. The grinding for this team has actually been done by someone else. The long-time viewers of the channel may be aware that I get a lot of help from somebody called Ace2Shoes, or at least that was his username at one point. I don't think he actually uses that name anymore, but he's a good friend of mine, and he initially started working with me because he made all of the thumbnails for my Inazuma 11 1 Let's Play. My thumbnails for that series were all nearly identical and they were all terrible, so Ace just offered to make some new ones for me and did all 41 within the space of 24 hours. Absolute unit, I couldn't believe it, and I've been working with him ever since. He did my multiplayer videos with me in Inazuma 11 3, you may remember, and we will also be doing the same again in Inazuma 11 Go Light. but he's done a little more for me this time, and that's not even referring to the fact he made all of the layouts for this series, which he also did. The layout that's surrounding the gameplay right now was also made by Ace Shoes and my Endslay, all of that. He's just my go-to guy for graphic design and for multiplayer content of Inazuma 11 Go. But the main thing that I want to talk about regarding me and Ace is that I actually bought him a copy of this game. And he has a lot more time than me for this kind of stuff. So what he's done is played through the game in his own time, built up a team which includes random recruits through PAL packing alongside the story relevant teams, and grinded them up to level 60 for me. In fact, a little bit higher than that, probably about 62, 63, 64 maybe. So at this moment in time, I don't even know what players he's put on that team, but I'm very keen to find out, and I'll find out through the process of the next video in the series, which will be the multiplayer. And when can we record that multiplayer? I'm not too sure, because arranging an IRL meetup can be pretty tricky. It's possible we'll get to do it at the end of April, so I'm not sure how far away that will be at the time of this video's release. But even then, that's not guaranteed. We may not get the chance to meet in April, and if that doesn't happen, the multiplayer goes even further away, which I dread to think. But I hope that explains why I can't actually make any more videos until I've done the multiplayer video itself. Now then, so that team that Ace has made for me is all done. It's already level 60. He's already beaten most of the extra competition routes for me, and so I will be making that overview video on the copy of the game where most of the competition routes have already been completed, and then I can claim the rewards from his version of the game, which I will be borrowing from him, and then he can have it back as soon as I'm done with my post-game coverage of the game. So I hope that explains my plan going forwards, and also why you probably won't be seeing any videos on this channel for a while, because certainly at the time of recording, the end of April is a full month away, and even then that date is not guaranteed. So if we can't record the multiplayer then, I don't know what it's going to be. But it's not all doom and gloom, because even though I can't produce any more videos in Inazuma 11 Go Lite apart from this one during the next month or so, I can record Inazuma 11 Go Chrono Stones, which of course is going to be my next Let's Play as soon as I'm done with the post-game of Inazuma 11 Go Lite. But as you saw with the upload schedule towards the end of this series, oh man, it was getting infrequent. I was really unhappy with how slowly I released Chapter 12 of this game. Most of the chapters leading up to it were fine, but then, you know, I had that moment of illness while recording Alpine, and I had a 2-week holiday to America at one point, and eventually I got behind, and, you know, my full-time job was keeping me down as well, etc, etc. But the point is, if I want to uphold my schedule of releasing videos every 3 to 4 days, which, oh no, I'm gonna lose this match. Oh no! At least JP significantly out-levels them, but, right. So even if I win this match, I still have to do it again anyway, just to S-rank it. Ah, for heaven's sake, because you can't quit in the middle of yeah, I've just pressed start and select to see if I could quit out, but you can't. That's just put overlays on top of everyone instead. But the point is, yes, I think this is a nice little opportunity for me. While Inazuma 11 Go Lite is unable to progress further in terms of releasing videos, I'm going to start making videos on Inazuma 11 Go Chrono Stones, so that when I start that project, hopefully I can have some consistency in releasing the videos, and I'll try my best to bring one out every 3 to 4 days, using the time I've got right now to stock up on content for the series. And in fact, I've actually recorded the first 3 episodes already, which is really amusing to me, because I recorded them on exactly March 27th of 2019. And immediately after I realised I'd recorded the videos on that date, I went away and looked at the day that Inazuma 11 Go Chrono Stones actually released. And what do you know? It was March 27th of 2015. So I recorded the first episode of the Chrono Stones Let's Play on the 4-year anniversary of the game's release in Europe. Total coincidence, but I am already loving recording that game. But I will be recording Light and Shadow as soon as I'm able to do so once again, which, one last time, is completely reliant on the multiplayer, because in those multiplayer videos I will be introduced blindly to my brand new team that will be level 60 plus for the post game. I'll give you one example that Ace couldn't keep to himself. For example, the team has Nord Snow on it, one of my favourite characters in the game and the Star Striker of Alpine. So you can see the level of effort that Ace has gone into. These are some very important and good characters that he's put onto my team for me, which I would have never had the time to do myself. I just despise pal packing in every way. It truly, truly annoys me. But somebody has the effort to do it, and they have done for the benefit of my series, so at least give him a Twitter follow or something. I'll put his Twitter in the description. Say thanks to him, because he's really helped me out, and he will, of course, be doing the same thing for the post-game of Inazuma 11 Go Chrono Stones. But right now, I just need to meet up with him and then bring to you multiplayer and trading, and then I will have my high-leveled team for all of the post-game teams in Inazuma 11 Go Light and Shadow. So I hope you're looking forward to that. Less so looking forward to the gap in uploads that's going to be happening right now, but that's just how it is. I can't really do anything about that, which I believe should make sense at this point. Big mistake not bringing out Atlas on JP. I'm struggling to win this match in any capacity. I think I'm going to give up on S rank in this team because, let's be honest, Ace has probably done it on his copy of the game anyway. I'll just show it there, but I'm at least going to beat the route and get whatever reward I can have for that much. So let's use Blast Mine, hope that it's not a foul, and then use Thunderbolt to try and get one more goal. I specifically said hope it's not a foul because Blast Mine has a higher foul ratio. Of course that was going to happen. Never mind, they've given it away anyway. Thunderbolt, yes please. And we'll get one more goal, I surely hope. This team is level 30 odd. Maybe they're nearer to level 40 by now, but I shouldn't be struggling with these guys. I overlevel them significantly. I even beat the Revolutionaries in the main game of the Let's Play. And funnily enough, while I was making the thumbnail for that video, I decided to make this guy, Alessandro Il Grande, the focus of the thumbnail, because as far as I was aware, there was no official artwork of Revolutionaries out there. And why should they be? They're just a generic filler team ready to fill a little bit of a chapter, taking different players from different teams to grind you up a little bit, raise your level, and bring out JP's fighting spirit. But it turns out there actually is artwork of the Revolutionaries in the credits of the game. Would have been nice to know that sooner, but it is there. So Revolutionaries, much as I forgot about them before it actually became their episode for me to record, they are there and they have art, so they're not completely irrelevant. But yeah, the Revolutionaries, they're great because they've got plenty of fighting spirits and a good goalkeeper as well. But now I'm finally getting into the swing of things and we're going to make this a 3-1, but it's too late to S-rank it now. They already scored on me. It is impossible to S-rank a match where you concede a goal. And I'm so sad that that's been a factor throughout this entire bit of gameplay. But you know, I'll at least put on screen what the reward for S-ranking this route is when we actually get to the unlock screen. How's about that? Then you don't have to wait weeks for the extra competition route video to come out. So that was everything I wanted to introduce. I will still finish this match, of course, but I will use the last 10 minutes of this match to just say thanks to all of the people who've been watching this Let's Play. There've been so many people. Like, when I finished the Let's Play of Inazuma 11-3 Team Ogre Attacks, I didn't even have 3,000 subscribers. I passed 2,000 during the process of making the series. In fact, it was before the release of Part 42 I managed to hit 2,000 subscribers. And now I'm over 6,000 throughout the process of making this one. And people have, from as far as I can see, enjoyed this series, and I've enjoyed bringing it to you people, because it's no secret that Go Light and Go Shadow are my least favourite games of the Inazuma 11 series, but I still like them a lot, and now that I've Let's Played them, I like them even more, because you just become more attached to a story by reading it out loud, and voice acting all the characters involved, and yeah, I'll still maintain it takes itself a little too seriously, and that the game definitely has a slow start, just like the anime does, which, and obviously the second half is a lot more enjoyable as a result. But yeah, I like this game a lot. I still prefer the other Inazuma 11 games, especially Chrono Stones, so look forward to that. But yeah, I think my main problems with Go Shadow just come down to PAL packing and the fact that fighting spirits make the gameplay a bit stagnant, as you saw in this video, I imagine. Yeah. But hey ho, we've completed this extra competition route, except we couldn't S-rank the Revolutionaries, but at least we've got Block Boost Plus on Wan Li now. So, the A rank reward for beating this competition route is Offside Trap, a special tactic, which, as you can understand, will make the other players be ruled offside, and then you'll just take possession from them. Underneath this treasure chest, pretend I'm opening it, da-da-da-da, it contains that thing, which I don't actually know what it is, but it's probably something good. This route you cannot beat, because if you were to click that question mark, it says defeat the rays that penetrate the darkness, which essentially means beat Eternal Light, which is level 60. Much tougher than these guys, Black Templars, who are about level 10, and I haven't even S-ranked them, but I'm not going to. And you can press the X button to do that, of course. So, last thing I want to show in this video, I said that I would show how to add fighting spirits to other players. And you can do that by heading to the tower. This is only accessible in the post-game, much unlike the route I've been doing up to this point. But if you speak to an old guru at the top of the tower here, we can exchange... Look at his face. Wow. Yes, we can exchange fighting spirit tokens in front of this guy to give fighting spirit to our players. Now then, I have the fighting spirit Corvus and I have a fighting spirit token. I also have a viewer request, specifically from the Great Blazer, who writes unbelievably long comments, and I love reading every single one of them, so thank you for watching this series. I'm going to fulfill your request and give a fighting spirit to Adekibi, which again you're not going to see in any subsequent videos, because from this point onwards I'm going to be using Ace 2 Shoes' copy of the game, and he probably hasn't made Adekibi a spirit summoner, but hopefully he's at least got Adekibi on the team. He is my favourite character. Let's give him a fighting spirit. How do I do that again? Do I talk to you again? I do have Corvus, the fighting spirit. I wish to give... What? I clearly look in the inventory, isn't that right? Yes, there's the item core. Why can't I do anything with it? Guys, help. There, I have to click there. That's what you do. You click on the right hand side, and now He's got the completely unfitting Fighting Spirit Corvus, and I probably wouldn't use it much anyway because Adekebe's Flying Fish is very important. But, gotta do what the fans want, am I right? Thank you all for watching, and in the next video I will be showcasing the multiplayer with Ace 2 Shoes, and I will be introduced to my brand new team. See you then.